Hi, it's Robin Sharma, and just making sure all is good here on this Instagram Live. What I wanted to do is show up here today and walk you through some specific tactics on how great leaders navigate times of crisis. And I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to go through 5 specific tactics. You definitely want to watch these and learn about them right to the end. Remember, great leaders are great learners. Great leaders are great learners. Right now, a lot of people are concerned about joblessness. One of the things I would invite you to ask yourself is, how can I deliver so much value to my organization and to my marketplace that I become indispensable not only to my organization, but to the marketplace? So, 5 tactics to be a great leader in deep crisis. Number 1. Go macro. What do I mean by go macro? Well, in difficult times, it's very easy to miss the forest for the trees. It's very easy to become so granular, so invested in the news, so frightened about what's going on every day that you fail to rise to the mountaintop and ask yourself, what's really going on here? And so point number 1, go macro. It's also about being strategic or being a philosopher. Right now, with so much noise, so much stress, so much difficulty, so much bad news, so much toxicity, you definitely want to pull back from the noise and make the time to reflect. You want to read some books about perhaps how economies have worked for hundreds of years. Perhaps how great leaders have navigated hard times. You want to read some books about perspective on life. What is life about? The seasons, the good times, the bad times. So tactic number 1 in this time of the coronavirus pandemic and the associated lockdown and the associated economic volatility from a world being in lockdown for 6 months, go macro. Ask yourself this question: what's going on here? And then deconstruct it in terms of the pandemic, in terms of the global economy, in terms of your national economy, in terms of what job loss and social unrest will mean for you, your family, your career, your business. Number 2. Once you have deconstructed what is going on, be prescient. It's a new word I've been playing with. It's not my word, of course. But as I understand it, to be prescient means to see the future. Steve Jobs was prescient. He didn't do study groups and consumer studies on what products Apple should do. No, he said, or asked himself, what do I think our people, our customers need? And then he offered that to people. I watched a video of him last night, and he said, we weren't really worried about the technology first. We were worried about the user experience first. And then we worked backward to deliver the user experience. In other words, the product that people wanted, and then we figured out what the technology had to be. That's very different from a lot of tech companies where they basically say, oh, we've got some great technology. Now let's figure out how we can build a product around it based on the great technology. So tactic number 2, be prescient. Once you crunch the data, once you read valuable news, once you study the great books, once you listen to the videos of the people who know what they're talking about, whether it's about the coronavirus, whether it's about the economy, whether it's about productivity, whether it's about entrepreneurship in times of crisis. Once you have gone macro, tactic number 1, tactic number 2 is ask yourself this question: where's it all going? Where's it all going? So I've actually built out a 4-step system for you. And it's a series of 4 questions. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are a leader, if you are a human being, take some time as soon as I finish to go through this 4-question protocol. Trust me, it'll be so valuable. You can do it. I'm still a lawyer at heart, I guess. I do it on my yellow pages. 4 questions. Number 1, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening in the world right now? What's happening with the second rounds of, what do they call them? Second waves of coronavirus. What's happening with the global economy? What's happening with the central banks? What's happening with unemployment? What's happening to small businesses? Question number 1, what's happening? Question number 2, great question I propose to you. What are the threats and vulnerabilities? What are your threats and vulnerabilities? I work with heavyweight entrepreneurs most of the time. One of the things I'm asking them to do is ask, what are your threats and your vulnerabilities? Because with better, remember the 5 a.m. club, the 3-step success formula, with better awareness of your threats and vulnerabilities, you can make better choices, which are going to give you better results. So you don't want to be like a sheep. You don't want to be asleep. I received a DM from a good soul yesterday saying, Robin, when you talk about the economy, it makes me scared. Please don't talk about the economy or where you think things are going to go. And her words were, it's super irresponsible for you to do that. And I politely replied, I believe it's very responsible for me to speak honestly. I don't ever want to be a sugary type of content creator or whatever. I mean, I care about everyone who follows me. And so I must speak my truth as honestly as possible. And if it scares someone, because we are in a scary time, then forgive me, but that's not on me. Work through your fear. Battle-proof yourself to get stronger versus looking for people who offer you sugary hope. Do I offer hope? Absolutely. Will this get better? Absolutely. Are better times ahead? Absolutely. Is this a time of incredible opportunity for your creativity and productivity? Absolutely. But I also want to offer honesty at all times. Hopefully that's helpful. So this 4-step protocol, what's happening right now? Number 2, what are your threats and vulnerabilities? Get really clear on your threats and your vulnerabilities. Number 3, what are your pivots and your protections? What are your pivots and your protections? You want to do some scenario planning for your business, for your family, for your life, so that you have your protections in place. Number 4, what are your opportunities? Do a list of all of the opportunities right now to serve more people, to create astonishing value for your marketplace, to build a fantastic team, or to lean out your business, or to get really fit, or to use the next few months as a laboratory on personal mastery. Tactic number 3. If you are scared right now, if you are depleted right now, if you are craving pizza every night right now, if you don't think there is a brighter future ahead right now, what's the antidote? Get stronger. For the people who are terrified right now, ducking their heads in the sand and saying, I wish this would all go away. And I say this with great respect, but the solution is not to duck your head in the sand. The solution is to grow stronger as an entrepreneur, as a leader, and as a human being. We are built to grow. We are built to change. That's what neuroplasticity is all about. How do you grow stronger as a leader, as an entrepreneur, so that your confidence rises, so your energy rises, so your hope rises, so your execution ability rises? Well, it goes in large part to your morning routine. In large part to your morning routine. That 1 hour of the day, and if you're interested in it, if you're not interested in it, no sweat. If you're interested in it, definitely read the 5 a.m. Club. Listen to the audiobook. Do it today. That's what it's about. It's the morning routine that I've taught to many of the world's most successful leaders to battle-proof their mindsets, heart sets, health sets, and soul sets. The antidote to fear is strengthening your inner core. And there's 4 interior empires that I teach in the 5 a.m. Club: mindset, heart set, health set, soul set. Your mindset is your psychology. Your heart set is your emotionality. Your health set is your physicality. Your soul set is your spirituality. Once at 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., what I call in the book the victory hour, when you do the tactics I teach in the book to battle-proof your inner core, then you go out into the world operating from an interior position of power versus being dependent on what's going on in the world. The great spiritual masters, for example, were so strong in terms of their internal foundation of power that they went out in the world, even if they were in Robben Island, even if they were in a war zone, they remain strong. I think of Winston Churchill, May 10, 1940, when he became prime minister. That was his finest hour, because though the world was falling apart in World War II, he rose in his heroism. I guess what I'm suggesting to you is to be a great leader in times of deep crisis is an inside job more than an outside game. So let me summarize so far. Tactic number 1, go macro. Don't get caught up in the daily stresses, trivialities. Go up to the top of the mountain and survey what's going on in your marketplace, what's going on in the world. Be very thoughtful right now. Be a contrarian right. The people I study and believe in are contrarians. You do not want to think like most people are thinking. You want to be very thoughtful. You don't want to be a superficial thinker. You want to go granular. You want to be very rigorous and really spend a lot of time right now thinking through, where is my marketplace going? Where should I take my business? Where should I take my life? Where should I take my lifestyle? So tactic number 1 was go macro. Tactic number 2 was to be prescient. Don't worry about where things are today. Worry about where things are going. Who was it that said, the best way to predict the future is to create it? If you're one of the millions of entrepreneurs who follow me, please remember this is an incredible time to build an even greater business, to serve even more people, to deliver even more value to the marketplace that helps more people. This is a fantastic time to be exponentially creative. It's a remarkable time to disrupt your industry and to bring astonishing value that no one else is bringing. Most entrepreneurs are contracting right now. A lot of entrepreneurs are blaming right now. The best entrepreneurs are asking themselves, what value or poetry, I call it poetry or artistry, what artistry must I bring to the world right now that people most need? You know, I'm working on my new book right now. I've been working on it for 4 months. 6 months. February, March, April, May, June, July. I guess this is my 7th month of living, breathing. That's along with being with my family and protecting my mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set in lockdown. I have been deeply working on this new book, on this manuscript, and all this quietude, because I'm not traveling. I'm not doing keynote speeches. I'm not, out there with my team doing video shoots. I have been living and breathing the new book. And one of the big questions I'm asking, there's a few questions I'm asking before I start writing every morning. And one of them is, I pray to Spirit. I pray to the force that runs the world. Call it possibility, call it God, call it the universe. But I pray, how may I best serve through this manuscript? And so I pray for guidance to write the words and to offer the insights that will be most of use to as many people as possible in this time of great uncertainty and deep volatility. And then I ask myself, before I start writing each session, or almost every session, I ask myself, how can this new book be so valuable to people that it's just like astonishing value for $20 or $30? So all I'm trying to say to you right now is this is a time of incredible opportunity. People are in need. We must serve. And the best entrepreneurs are asking themselves, what are the problems people are most struggling with? And how can I provide solutions in my business to serve those needs? So tactic number 3 is battle-proof your 4 interior empires. If you're afraid right now, if you don't have any energy, if you can't get out of bed, if you think it's all falling apart, work on yourself so you fortify your interior heroism. Don't blame the world. Don't blame the economy. Don't blame the coronavirus. That's giving away your heroic power to build an even better life right now. I think that's a really important point. Every time you complain, blame, give away your power to the coronavirus, to the economy, you're becoming more powerless. You have power because you are human. So the antidote to fear is self-mastery work. And if you were to ask me, when's the best time to do it? Of course, 5 a.m. Why do you think the saints and the titans and the warriors and the great poets and the great sages got up before the sun? There's no distraction. It's quiet. Your brain is fresh. Your heart is open. You read a book on philosophy. It goes deeper because you are more present, more available. Tactic number 4, build agility. The way business was in March of 2020 is the way business was. Kansas, I think this is Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, but Kansas has gone bye-bye. And so, forgive me, I don't mean to scare anyone, but my job is to tell the truth. And if it scares you, work on becoming less scared versus shooting the messenger who cares about you. I'm not going to just give you sugary hope. Am I going to give you hope? Absolutely. But I want to tell it like it is versus giving you false hope. And I don't think the world is going to be the way it was in February of 2020. I think there's a fundamental restructuring going on with humanity, with society, with the economy, and spiritually. There is a great restructuring and a great awakening happening on the planet. And ultimately, the universe knows what she's doing. We are being taken to a better place. Blazingly bright dawns always follow the deepest darkness of the night. So we're being taken to a better place, and we're being strengthened, and we're being purified as a planet, as a society, and as human beings. And the process is scary and it's tough. That's why the mystics call it the dark night of the soul. So rather than resisting it all, tactic number 4, embrace it. Our discomfort carries our growth. By resisting it, you're resisting your growth. May we be agile. Here's a great question you can ask yourself. How can I learn to love the pain? How can I learn to roll with the discomfort? If you are an entrepreneur, how can I stop resisting what is and become more adaptive and use and leverage the mess and storms to build a faster, more agile, more innovative, more profitable, more high impact company versus why is it all falling apart? And I wish things were the way they were. The great leaders of business, the titans who I have mentored for 24 years, are not sitting back right now. They are rolling up their sleeves and building even better shops, building even better teams, or leaning out their teams to build more efficiency, cutting costs, improving their products, being more imaginative. I hope this is helping you. Tactic number 5. Use this time in lockdown. And then when I mentioned it yesterday in the Instagram Live, and people said, our economies are opening up. I understand that. But there are also re-lockdowns happening. Look at Australia, for example. Look at America, for example. So we are not out of this at all. And some people are saying the coronavirus will be with us for a long time. Look, I hope, the Oxford trial was very optimistic. It looks like we're close to a vaccine. I hope we have a vaccine by the end of the year or next year, early next year. Fantastic. I'm a hopefulist. I'm a possibilitarian. Great. But I also am a realist. And please don't shoot the messenger for being real and honest. I hope for a vaccine soon, but it's possible we might not have one for a couple of years. It's possible. So wouldn't you want to know that that is possible, and then to battle-proof your business, protect your family, fortify your health, and create a lifestyle where you navigate the change that's coming? And that's what I'm doing with the people in my online mentoring program called the Circle of Legends. That's what I'm doing with my highest level people that I coach in Icon X. That's what I'm trying to do for the people who I mentor. Why did I come on to Instagram Live today? I want to remind you about these things. You want to hope for the best. You want to prepare for the worst. Isn't that what any good leader does, or any sane human being? So tactic number 5 is use this time in lockdown, whether it ends tomorrow, which it won't, as an artistic sabbatical. Use this time in enforced quietude to read hundreds of books or audiobooks. Use this time as sort of like Walden's cabin in Thoreau, Thoreau's book Walden, where he spent, I believe, a year by a pond in Massachusetts in contemplation. And so metaphorically speaking, use this as your time in Walden. Read hundreds of books. Watch intelligent videos. Keep a journal where you detect and start to deconstruct your business, new products, new ways of living. Deconstruct what's happening in the world right now. Deconstruct the global economy. Deconstruct how some leaders are rising and some leaders are falling apart. Deconstruct where humanity's going. Deconstruct at 5 a.m. while the rest of the world is asleep. How you want to live the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of your life. Deconstruct the human being you want to be in hot pursuit for a better world, while everyone else is escaping right now through the medication of digital diversion, which is only creating digital dementia. Whew. Yes, I'm in a fiery mood today on this Instagram Live with you, because I'm so passionate to serve. This is the time when leaders emerge. This is a time where you get to show us your heroism. This is a time where you get to dial in your nutrition, your hydration, your physical fitness, your spiritual hardiness. It was easy to serve the world when things were easy. How do you show up now? Okay, so the 5 tactics were: go macro, be prescient, battle-proof your 4 interior empires, increase agility so that you become comfortable being uncomfortable, so that you roll with the volatility. As a leader, as an entrepreneur, you leverage it to your advantage. Like, what's that martial art? Isn't it jiu-jitsu? Which is all about adapting and using the other person's force. Oh, look, one of the best examples I know of, Bruce Lee. Be like water. Be like water. That's what tactic number 4 is. Be agile. Okay, it's a hard season on the planet. It's a hard season in business. How can I adapt? And yes, that was my martial arts move. Yeah, I know I need a lot of work on my martial arts skills. I only got to green belt when I did Taekwondo. As you can tell. Number 5, use this time in enforced quietude for an artistic sabbatical. Paint, read hundreds of books, do deconstructions in your journal. I should teach how I did this at Personal Mastery Academy, my live event, and I used to do it a lot at the Titan Summit, but I'm not doing the Titan Summit anymore, and because I want to keep growing. And I did it for 7 years, and so many people are asking me, Robin, please do the Titan Summit again, but I want to keep on growing, and I want to keep on looking for the next mountaintop. I am doing Personal Mastery Academy again in June of 2021 for everyone asking. But what I'm saying right now is use this time for an artistic sabbatical. If you want to go deeper, I'm going to take some of your questions. I hope this has been extraordinarily valuable and tactical to you. If you like what you've heard today and you want some resources and you want more than just this Instagram Live, and if you're serious about going probably 25 times deeper in the content I've just shared, definitely read the 5 a.m. Club. It's available on Amazon. People are loving the audiobook from Audible or Amazon. If bookstores are open in your community and you feel it's safe, wear a mask, of course, but you know how to find the book. And it's one of the best-selling books in the world right now because it creates transformation, simply said. Also, you can look at the link in my profile, here on Instagram, and you will find some great free resources. I don't know what my team has put up today. Maybe it's the Victory Over Difficulty report. Maybe it's one of my ebooks that everyone's loving, like the World Changers Manifesto. Totally free. Great value. Go to the link in my profile and use it. Read it. Share it. Let's get the word out there. And that's about it. Let me take some of your questions here. Tell me where you're from as well. And then I need to get back to working on the manuscript of my new book. Everyone's asking me, when is the new book coming out? And by the way, thank you so much for all the incredible support around the manuscript. It hasn't been easy, but I have, sometimes it's been easy. Sometimes it's been like, pulling molars. But it's, I want it to be a book for the times. I want it to be a book that not only offers you positivity, but a book that offers, the kind of things I talked about in this Instagram Live. So let's see. Veronica, thank you for the free materials. You shared them. Awesome. If you're just joining us, you're from Lebanon. Someone's black bandana girl is from Armenia. Wonderful. Dima Zeiter is from Lebanon. Hi, Dima. Arvind is from India. Namaste. Marab is from Nigeria. I was in Lagos a few years ago for an event and I loved it. Let's go to some video. If I can get to some video here. Let's see if I can bring a few people in here. Opinion on coffee, awesome in moderation. It's a great antioxidant. It's a great cognitive enhancer. I use coffee to my advantage every morning. We're waiting for someone to come in here. Someone from London, I am Nusaiba. Nice to see you. Syrian in Dubai, that's by Muli. Ladok, forgive me, from Argentina. I see Ali from Chicago. Good to see you, Ali. I see the Pluma from South Africa. I was supposed to be in Africa this month, and I really miss being in Cape Town and in Stellenbosch and Joburg. But I will be back soon to all my wonderful African followers. A Heart of Kindness from Canada. Great to see you. Cecilia from Venezuela. Good job, guys. Good job. Let me see here. We've got Rockio from Mexico. Viva Mexico. To all my Latin American followers, thank you so much. We have Ramsolt from Iran. Nice to see you. Sandra from Sherry Honeybee from USA. We have a Kenyan in Australia. Any questions, guys? I want to serve. I want to know where you're from, and I really appreciate it. Also, what fires me up is giving you value. I have someone from Colombia, Lena. Is it okay, Eritrea journey in the night? Sorry, I don't know what the question means. I have Bosnia and Herzegovina in this Instagram live. I have Maria from Colombia. I have Ahmed from Oman. Zaina, what do you recommend for discipline? You know, micro wins, little victories done every day over time build discipline. I've been teaching that for a quarter of a century. Small, daily, seemingly insignificant improvements, when done consistently over time, lead to stunning results. I talk about it a lot. How to build discipline, how to build your morning routine, how to build willpower in the 5 a.m. club. What I'd simply say now is you build discipline by keeping yourself promises. Every little promise that you make and then keep builds the neurocircuitry of discipline. Let's say you say, I'm going to drink more water, and I'm going to do it for 66 days. Remember the 66-day minimum in the 5 a.m. club, based on the research of University College London, that says it takes 66 days of doing something to build it into the point of automaticity. So you drink water, you don't feel like it, you drink some water. Each time you do what you promised yourself you would do, you take your power back from the weakness, you build the architecture of heroism and discipline. Christine from Austria. Nice to see you, Christine. Arvind, how do you deal with stress? Meditation's powerful. Morning exercise is powerful. Prayer is powerful. Releasing your stress in a journal is powerful. Talking to a counselor is powerful. Communing in nature and forest bathing is powerful. Sitting in solitude is powerful. Building the life and business and career for your dreams keeps your mind busy, which also is powerful in reducing your stress. Because you fill your mind with great thoughts, there is no room for petty worries. Hope that was helpful on beating stress. We have Mike from Ukraine. Oh, I miss being in Kiev. The billionaire Prakash about spirituality. If the question is how do you build spirituality,
Well, the tactics are solitude, prayer, reading philosophy, meditation, contemplation, communing with nature, and serving. You want to build your spirituality, live for a cause that is bigger than yourself. That's spiritual. A lot of us pray and then we go out in the world and we hurt people. You want to build your spirituality, live your preach. Talk, well, what's the expression? You can live a better sermon by your practice than by your talk. We need more kindness in the world. Don't attack people. Don't hurt people. If you stand for love, then be loving. I mean, and learn how to talk. I see how some people communicate online. I look at some YouTube comments underneath some people's videos. And people are so harsh. People are so kind to me, but I'm just saying, generally, I haven't looked at YouTube comments for most of my life, and I look at how some people treat each other online. I mean, if someone shares an opinion about their garden or about how to cook vegetables or whatever, I mean, if you don't agree with what they say, then don't agree. But don't make fun of their apron. Don't make fun of their hairstyle. If you want more love in the world, then be more loving. So I find it interesting, there are people who, it's like, there should be more love in the world, but online they're attacking other people because it's easy. It's easy, you can hide behind a phone and release your pressure valve. If you're feeling pressure, then don't take it out on your family. Don't take it out on your team. Don't take it out on people online. If you're feeling pressure, then deal with your pressure. That's called personal responsibility. That's what heroes do. Learn to meditate, learn to pray, learn to journal, learn to run, learn yoga, learn the power of a great nutritional plan, learn how to build an even better company. But don't take it out on other people because you're feeling stressed. That's the difference between children and grown-ups. Children take it out on other people. Adults, they take personal responsibility for their own interior lives. And if each of us, that means me too, of course, it means me first. But if we each did that, if we each built a morning routine where we worked on our interior lives before we went out in the world would be a better place. You want more love in the world? You want more justice in the world? You want less racial bias in the world? You want more gender equality in the world? You want less wars in the world? Well, then may we diminish the wars within ourselves. Rather than wishing the world was better, may we take the action to make ourselves better. That's why, and there's a lot about this in the new book, it's that idea I've been sharing for the past 5 years. Stop wishing there were more heroes and become one. That's not a motivational slogan. I don't do motivation. I don't really do inspiration. I offer philosophy and tactics for heavyweights. And again, to anyone who says, Robin, you're so honest, I'm scared. Well, then deal with your fear versus saying, Robin, don't tell it like you believe it. I would be dishonorable to you if I don't share my truth. Now, if you think I'm wrong, that's fine. Let's talk about it in a respectful dialogue. But if you're scared because it's a scary time or a challenging time, then battle-proof yourself so you're less fearless. Okay, I hope this was really helpful. I hope it was honest. I hope it was tactical. I hope it was powerful because, again, I work with heavyweights. And if you're looking for light, fluffy honey and sugar, then maybe I'm not the person to follow. Because right now you need heavyweight information on leadership, on entrepreneurship, on building a stronger life, on navigating this difficult time. See you later. Take care.